President of the African Development Bank, Akiumi Additional, said the bank is supporting investment in infrastructure to facilitate business operations on the African continent. He spoke in Lagos while on a tour of the Dangote Refinery and Petrochemical Company and the Dangote Fertilizer Plant at the Lekki Free Trade Zone in Lagos. Also, Aliko Dangote did say that the Dangote Refinery will begin operations in the third quarter of 2023. Joining us to discuss further, and also an individual that was part of that tour, Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, you're very welcome. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and I know you are doing well.
Chilling with the big boys.
Chilling with the big boys. Tell us about what you saw at the plant, the Dangote Refinery.
It's beyond description.
Massive, huh?
Beyond description.
Wow.
It's not just size. You know, I mean,
there you are, right there. You're behind Aliko Dangote in the shirt. Yeah.
The president of African Development Bank has called it a game changer.
Yeah.
Indeed, in the bus tour, in the bus, my co-travelers or the boys who were sitting around me were Mr. Femi Atadola and whom everybody knows, the chairman of Gregu Power.
Yep.
And then Femi Tunde Followill, chairman of Coronation and Flower Group. And each time we made a stop, you know, they won't come in, they will ask, Chika, what's the adjective? You know, and I just said something like, it's awesome, it's powerful.
And you have to keep bringing more adjectives. Yeah.
And I kept doing those until I ran out of, accolades.
Yeah.
You know, where do you start? Where do you start? Is it on the subsea, gas pipeline, more than 1,000 kilometers to take gas from the hinterland, make sure Nigeria doesn't connect to flare gas? You know, is it the sea breaker, the ocean breaker? You know, so the marvel of engineering that is there. Is it the thousands of kilometers of pipelines? Is it the 1,000 kilometers of iron rod that are still used? Is it the number of people who are employed by the group? By under construction now, more than 38,000 people, you know, and then after construction again, is it the number of engineers? You know, one of the high points of there was when the president of African Development Bank and Aliko took pictures with the Nigerian, artisans. You know, there were thrilled about it. It's an engineering marvel, that's what I can tell you, and it's beyond description.
Wow.
Despite our best efforts, we started by 7 a.m. in the morning. By 4 or 5 p.m., we hadn't even done about 6% of the tour. We hadn't.
That is huge.
You know, I mean, we hadn't. Some areas we just had to drive through. So it's an engineering marvel. The adjectives are not enough to describe everything that there. You know, it's like the largest in the world. Everything they described there. You know, there was a tower that's about 40-story high.
Gosh.
You know, imagine 40-story building.
Yeah.
About 120 meters.
That is
high.
That is huge.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, so you look at that and then look at the benefits for Nigeria. You know, I was asking him constantly, I said, how do you sleep?
With that kind of
a massive investment.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about it was that at the time I said, what university did you go to before you embarked on this project? Because there were those who were directly responsible for the project.
Yes. And
they were singing from the same hymn book with Aliko, because they would describe something, Aliko started sending Aliko added the rest. So he knew every part of that massive project, which is very, very critical.
Of course.
Very critical.
Yeah.
And the other thing there is the Nigerian issues. You look at, they have their own power, about almost 600 megawatts of power, and other places it's like plug and play.
Right.
When it's a certain kind of project, you don't make that kind of massive investment in power. You just plug it to the national grid,
and you're good to go. Right.
But they had to spend that amount of money. You know, one of the same percent of the land was reclaimed.
Wow.
Swamp.
You
know, and so it's a massive project. And anybody, I was saying that the other day, I mean, please pardon me when I said this, I said, I'm carrying a gun for Aliko now. Anybody beside him now will shoot.
You're ready.
Because, I mean, he could have stacked some of his dollars or naira or whatever somewhere in the bank and any interest. But he decided to make this investment, create employment for Nigerians at different levels. direct job, indirect jobs. Indirect jobs will be more than 100,000 jobs. Imagine the number of filling stations, number of trailers. And then, because everything there was beyond the existing capacity of engineering companies in Nigeria, he built, he has, if you see the number of bulldozers he has, like a mini construction company, not a mini, maximum construction company there.
Wow.
There's a temporary housing for more than 50,000 people.
50,000?
Yes. Temporary housing.
That's real estate. Real estate housing project, yeah.
You know, so it's very commendable. And everything, every structure in Nigeria must just go behind that. You know, you can imagine how much, if it once it comes on stream, how much crude you take from Nigeria, about $9 billion, thereabout. How much service is going to make for us on foreign FX again?
Yeah.
More than $10–12 billion.
Wow.
You know, so it's a massive investment for the country.
Fantastic.
Everything about that is number one. See, but there's not this one small thing. This one small thing.
Yeah.
I told them there. I told one small thing about Dangote fertilizer. That the story just crept under the radar that we didn't hear so much about. Didn't talk so much about. 3 million metric tons of urea. You know, urea is going about maybe $700 per metric ton now. That's about revenue of at least $2 billion a year.
That's extra revenue for the company.
For the company. Yeah. And a lot of it is going to go on export. And for Nigeria also, it's massive because the back fertilizer, urea, trailers are being loaded and they're shipped out to various farms in Nigeria. So I mean, I just commend him for the bravery. A lot of Nigerians take the money and go stuck into. If you go to Barclays Bank somewhere in London, Nice Bridge, I'm sure the Nigerians die and their balances are there, deposits are there, not creating employment.
Back home.
Back home.
Wow.
This guy has taken all his money and stuck there, even borrowed. I wonder how he sleeps. I told him. And any day, I commend him.
Fantastic stuff. About a minute to go, can you quickly talk on the CBN's trade
transparency,
invoicing, yeah.
Transparency. You know, make sure that Nigeria getting the best deal in everything, always going. You know, that's what digitalization causes for the economy.
Yeah.
Data also collation will be easier now. So before everything is manual, you can put in bank A and same thing put it in bank B. Now with the BVN and other identities, now things can be collected easily. Prices can be compared internationally to make sure that the country is getting the best deal, either for import or export. And that's very good. You know, as Nigeria, as the world moves towards digital economy, central bank is moving that. You know, they've done that already from air.
Yeah.
You know, so this is just an extension of that initiative.
Fantastic. And very quickly, Chika, 30 seconds. MPC.
Tomorrow is the decision. We're hoping that
the
sentiment says, okay, inflation has gone up, so therefore they should increase interest rates.
Yeah.
But I mean, growth is still tepid. But a lot of people believe that sentiments are there to increase interest rate, but I think CBN will just keep rate to make sure that the current policies permeate the system and accelerate the growth and let the growth be more stable in the economy.
Fantastic. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Rise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu, fresh from the tour of the massive Dangote Refinery. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.